Hello everyone, I was wanting to make a video sermon today, a sermon video, whatever you want to say. I'm in, I'm on the charity series. Uh, I'm on Seeketh not her own. It says charity suffereth long and is kind. This is 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4. Envieth, charity envieth not, charity vaunteth not itself, and is not puffed up. And that's the last one that I've made. No, and then does not behave itself unseemly. That's the last one I made. And the next one is seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. So I am on seeketh not her own. So I've heard somebody, I guess, jokingly said the prayer that says, Lord, bless me and my four and no more. Love is not that way. Love is not selfish. Charity is not selfish. So it says, seeketh not her own. And this phrase really don't need a lot of explanation, I don't guess. I heard a story about someone that whenever it came time to pray for other people in the church service, to get down on your knees, like an altar call or whatever, and they said that they couldn't. They had a physical problem, and they, wanted to be excused. They couldn't do it. And then their little Johnny or their little child started praying, and it was a miracle that they just, seemed to be fine. So I don't want to do that way. I don't want to be one way about my family and people and friends and be another way about yours. They're all God's creations and God's children. I don't want to be selfish. Self-seeking, self-love, it's the opposite of true love. But there's a sense in which it said it's difficult to express in words. I explain what is meant by this, that love is not self-seeking, seeketh not her own. It's almost impossible to imagine, isn't it? It's a world where there is no one self-seeking. It's going to just about be heaven. But the nature of man and the divine nature, the nature of man is to get ahead and to put self before anything or anybody else. This is true of our desires. It's true of our thoughts. It's true in our decisions. It's true in the things to which we are devoted and committed to. And it's true of every individual. So we live in a world where we feel we have to fight for ourselves because who is there anyway that can be trusted for our affairs? We feel like we have to have this self-protective approach towards relationships because people are prone to manipulate us and use us to their own advantage. I would say that alongside pride, this is one of the main issues we have as human beings. This is a type of pride manifested. This is the twin of pride. Pride shows itself in self-love. Yeah. One who thinks more of himself than he ought to. He will love himself and put himself forward and seek his own. Like I said a while ago, it's incredibly hard for us to imagine a world without pride, and one which every person loves and seeks the other's welfare as he does his own. Philippians 2:3 says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem others better than themselves. Wouldn't that be remarkable for relationships that no one seeks self first? seeketh not her own. Love is not self-seeking. Love is not self-serving. Or very simply, love is not selfish. In one translation, it says, love does not insist on its own way or its own things. You know, I don't want to be a person that's just after his own things, his own welfare, the good of him. I think that's why I'm doing this. I'm thinking about you. It would be a lot easier if I didn't do these. Go through the trouble of trying to get them and tailor them to fit what you need. But I care about you, and I love you. I want to help you some way or another. I'm not trying to do this to replace your minister, replace you getting to church. I just, maybe somebody is caught up in the coronavirus and they're not having church, or they're in the hospital or rehab, a nursing home, or wherever you might find this valuable. I have a lot of different subjects, a lot of different lengths of videos. So if you don't want to listen for 15, 20 minutes, you can do 5 or 10. So anyway, I love you. I hope that we don't seek our own will be stamped in our minds. So I'm going to give you my telephone number, 256-508-4410. If you need me, just leave me a message. If it don't get to you, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. So until we do this again, may God richly bless you is my prayer.